What's up, internet? My name is Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus. What a key for that.
That's the original key.
I don't know, actually. Might argue that.
Whatever, it does not matter. The matter is that it's Andor. This is so dumb. I'm probably wrong. I'm always too high. She's so high. Okay, guys. Last couple days in Japan. It's been amazing. I have a weird mood today. I'm sorry. But we're going to watch this because we got to get to Akihabara and enjoy some nerdy stuff in the real world.
True.
So let's watch episode 4 of Andor. If you want that full-length reaction, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly. Or no, that's fine too. Just watch this here. Do whatever you want. Live your life, you know. But enjoy Andor because it's been
pretty great.
Pretty great.
Pretty great.
What's she?
And I told her that came as no surprise to me.
Sure. I love all the memes about the one stormtrooper who aims.
I know.
Who actually takes a second. Let's go, Biggs.
I guess you could infer that like a lot of the stormtroopers like don't really want to be there.
Probably.
They're not super keen.
Well, the
on,
Empire
like,
doesn't
killing.
condone that behavior, so.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Vader. Vader has lines that you can't cross. Okay.
Yeah. You can choke your pregnant wife, it just can't be sexual, okay? So stupid. This has been one of the dumbest weeks of Star Wars discourse.
Yeah, in a long time.
And we're getting like some of the best Star Wars ever for
Yeah.
adults. You know, probably the best adult Star Wars show.
Yeah.
And we just had the best kids Star Wars show, in my opinion. Like, I think Skeleton Crew kicks the shit out of Caravan of Courage. Sorry, or whatever. No, the Ewok show. That's the movie. What was the show called?
No idea.
Droids. Do you ever watch Droids, the cartoon? It's fine. Like between Skeleton Crew and this, we're at like the like child-friendly and not child-friendly peaks of Star Wars right now for me.
We're eating good.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep seeing that. But I feel like the final episode, the final 3 will have to do 2 years, right?
I don't know.
Because Rogue One is like days before Yavin.
Yeah, but we don't need to get all the way to Rogue One.
I think we do. I think we end with him getting on that planet or the whatever that station. Oof. Y'all need blackout curtains. That's rough.
Oh, there you are.
Biggs.
Everyone has their own rebellion. Right?
Her nightmares being her guilt portrayed by the man who fucking traumatized her, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Fuck you, Tony Gilroy. Goddamn. That girl needs an IKEA trip. You know what I mean? She deserves it.
Some shopping therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The meatballs. They're probably horse, but like whatever, they're good. Damn. There's no way that's Coruscant, right?
No, I don't think so. Well, that's not.
Nope. Damn. Okay. Is that Syril?
Yeah, oh, I'm assuming you went with her.
Oh, I didn't expect them to move there. I'm not gonna lie, the like cutout that the tie comes out of, it's a cool fucking look. I would wear that.
It's not a cutout, I don't think. I think it's like a clip at the top.
No, the tie is like fed through the shirt in the back, and then there's like a metal bar in the shirt that the tie comes through. It's such a clean way because you could have like a magnet in the tie, so that you basically have like a white shirt that like double breasts, right? And then the tie wouldn't sway because it could magnet to itself through the shirt. It's just very sleek.
There, you had it.
Don't worry about it.
These sets are all amazing.
I know.
No one understands what you're doing out there.
And when you say no one, I'm assuming you mean Uncle Harlow?
They put you on the shelf, Syril. You've been played.
No.
You of all people should understand the attraction of being in charge.
A respectable career, a relationship, finally. All of it cast aside, thrown away.
You're right, she's not here.
No.
He's there for her.
But they're together.
But the attitude, the arrogance, those holodrops.
Huh.
You're being sold these ideas.
My poor boy. Your gullibility is...
Well, maybe he's not there for Deidre, or she's keeping things from him.
Don't become too much of an individual, Syril.
I have spiders to count.
Same time next to them.
Wait, so is he gonna end up on the opposite side of... Or is he gonna get
No.
turned to the rebellion over Gorman?
No.
Mon terreau fick vad bad. Prøv les bords, Dinex.
Lubię expression.
Du mig prakatan.
Mother is right.
Tu remarques vu le nash là-bas? Nash kom som att
Yeah. Oh no.
They're gonna try and turn him. Or Deidre is setting this up to get him embedded.
Yep. Because her plan was to have a rebel.
A rebel that will do the wrong thing. Oh my god, that's why they have to be broken up.
Yeah.
Fuck, she's so good. The weekly phone call.
Yeah.
You know what the mom's gonna say. That's the
Well,
most easily manipulated part of this.
And Syril doesn't want to be on the phone every week with his mom. Like,
I can't sleep, you can't shop.
a tragedy.
The mission is dinner. I think we can handle it.
We're very different. See, I can't sleep, but you can shop. So.
Yeah.
Are those musky peppers?
Extra hot.
My husband wants a taste.
Is he strong enough?
They're so fucking paranoid.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You're right. You're not a tourist. Perhaps you wish to know more about where you live.
Can you imagine trying to sell tourists giant spiders? Yeah, I wouldn't want that in my house.
It's not allowed in my house.
I know.
Not everybody knows it yet, but it's happening. People die.
I wonder if he knew.
Well, he does now.
Damn.
You and I are here now because he's dead.
Yeah. It's really interesting, like, you know, the show's being very adult about the realities of rebel insurgencies and, like, guilt and that kind of stuff. And seeing, like, she didn't meet Nemec, you know what I mean? She wasn't part of the kind of Narkina 5. While they grew up together and, you know, were together to a point, because of what we saw Cassian go through in season 1, there really is this difference in...
Yeah.
Because I think she wants to be on board, but there's a difference between that and being on board. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the realities of what it means to be on board.
And does she live long enough to, you know,
Yeah.
overcome her guilt? To join the... Or leave, right? Does she walk away?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
You sound surprised.
You're better than I am.
No. I'm not gonna fall for that one.
Smart man.
But if it's a war, it's not up to us what we save, what we lose.
That's a great fucking point.
And I regret every second that we didn't spend together, but I'm trying not to count on anything anymore. You didn't kill that boy because we're at war. You killed him because he saw my face. I want to win. We have to.
Well, I've got good news. And I've got bad news.
Yeah, right?
I'm not gonna lie. Reacting for a month in hotels, I cannot wait to get back to my Valencia theater seating chair.
Yeah, right?
I don't know what the fuck this thing is. At least we're not sitting on the edge of a bed.
Yeah. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is their illicit conversation.
Where are you?
The safe room.
You were careful.
Yes, of course, always. Look, I don't have much time.
Sorry. Tell me.
I thought you want a brief purge gas.
No. You'll want more than that.
No.
No.
We're arresting too many people.
Interesting.
Have a meeting scheduled with the Emperor to discuss amplifying our intake process. Thank you for reminding us all how this room is meant to function.
Ooh.
We should talk it over. Not here, but...
I'm in all day.
Fascinating.
Yeah, right?
I thought he was going to say we need to stop arresting so many people so that we can follow them more. But that's not where I thought it was going.
No.
Has it ever crossed your mind that Partagas put me on Axis because I don't seek glory?
Wow. You've given me a lot to think about.
I'm sure.
You can buy me lunch.
Done.
Oh boy.
Damn, what's his game here?
He just wants more access to other people's sectors, right? It's been 2 years since he and Luthen had that conversation.
Yeah.
He's just worming his way in the way he's supposed to. No wonder Luthen couldn't let him go, goddamn.
And why Gorman is being persecuted so intently are questions no one seems prepared to answer.
I believe what I feel.
All doubts aside, there is one glaring certainty.
That's the realest fucking line of the whole fucking show. I believe what I feel.
The blockade didn't have to go very long to remind us how vulnerable we are.
Does he?
Gorman cannot take the risk. I'm sorry, Mom.
Damn, she's trying so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. Well.
We're up to date on the signal sequence.
Yes.
We'll be standing by.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Not even a, like, good job. Thanks, bud.
Oh, no.
God, this show is fucking riveting. I am on the edge of my seat.
I know.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Il faut que je rebilette Dan Palmo, un fils immature. Et d'or d'ignoble. Et d'or d'ignoble! And dead.
I don't even know. They got all the symbols and gestures down, man. Fuck. This, them being French, not French, but like fake French, is very interesting.
Yeah.
He's an Imperial spy. Be careful.
It's not funny. It's not true, is it?
No,
Nope, not at all.
Will you be writing a report?
No, to who? I'm here as myself.
What a refreshing position.
Well, I have nothing to do with the annex.
You must have seen the floor plans.
Those are classified.
Certainly lends weight to the rumors.
Yeah.
Governments yearn for peace and prosperity. If you are writing a report, make that your headline. Maybe we can do some good together.
Either Syril's just the best fucking actor, or he does have some heart in him.
I don't know if there's a heart in there.
I don't know. Part of me thinks Syril might end up turning on the Empire this season. Like, there might just be a line for him. When because he's such a believer in the righteousness of the Empire, if he loses that, he might swing so hard the other way.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
If he can't call it right anymore.
Yeah.
Back.
The beacons are lit. Luthen calls for aid.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a different kind of mission, but it's not without danger.
And Bix?
No, not this time.
The problem is Syril has seen Cassian's face.
Yep.
And I haven't said yes. Reach out to Clea. I want this done quickly.
So it's all gonna be about Gorman, huh?
Yeah. That's the
Hey,
start.
what's up? Oh. I was about to say two tubes, but... Oh, shit.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. He got embedded with Saw. I wonder if he's working for Luthen still.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all your loveliness. How I've dreamt of this.
Oh, is that a big bomb?
Who taught you this?
I'm here to teach the variations. More than that, I'm not allowed to say.
Maybe you breathe just a little too deeply. Burned from the inside.
He's so fucking unreal.
You're here till I get what I need.
You're stuck between a series of unwavering individuals.
Yeah.
Who are leaders by sheer force of will. So that thing isn't a bomb. It helps steal fuel?
What?
The device, it, like...
I thought it lit people on fire.
No, I think that's if it goes wrong. Like, I think that if you do this small thing wrong, you die.
In building it, probably.
Or if it clamps onto a... I don't know. I need to listen to that scene again to figure out what it does.
I thought it was just a really inhumane way to kill people.
No, I think it's... You, like, put it on a fuel line, and if you can attach it right, you can siphon the fuel out. And so it's to help them get resources to fight the Empire. They don't need help killing people. They can kill people. This is the benefit of dating someone from your hometown, though. You learned the same social dances in middle school. Did he just leave a note?
That's what I'm worried about. Yeah. No, she knows already.
You think so?
Yeah. That was their goodbye.
That's just like a prescription sleep aid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly labeled.
Just a nice prescription sleep aid, totally normal.
Yeah, nothing illicit going on over here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I hope that the Bix that final moment kind of threw me a little bit.
Why?
I hope the show doesn't do a, like, tropey, traumatized woman becomes a drug addict and falls, and that becomes her downfall. Like, I think that there is a way for the show to be more than that, and I hope that they are. That can sort of become, I don't know.
We've seen it before.
Yeah. But Bix has just been through a lot, and I think that if drug plot lines can become difficult avenues for writers to convey agency for characters through. Yeah. And Bix's storyline has been sort of just this constant story of her having her agency stripped away from her. Yeah. But you know, and like obviously the sexual assault plotline from last week, she kills the guy, which we celebrated, you know, because he deserved it. But I hope that I just want Bix to have more storyline than being the kind of like drug-addled girlfriend of the hero.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I think that on one hand, it's definitely been done before, but more than that, she hasn't really had a chance to be active in the story, right?
Yeah.
She made the choice in the very beginning, obviously, to have contact with Luthen and help with the weapons and parts and all of that being moved along. But other than that, she's kind of been captured or like
tortured or
or kind of shunted along by the story. And so I would love to see more from her character than just that moment feels like, oh no, drug addict storyline coming because she can't handle it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's especially the wrong choice given the conversation of like she's like, I can handle more.
Yeah.
And I want to believe that she can handle more. I know that Andor is like a dark and a real story, but I think that the more interesting choice here, honestly, is to give her something to contribute to in a way that is fulfilling for her, because she obviously doesn't live.
Well, she might. We don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that there's a world where she is no longer with Andor at the end of the season. She and Cassian are not together in the final 3 episodes of this season. Like, I don't know if it's this week or next week.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there has to be a amount of time for Cassian between when either he loses Bix either to death or to she can't be with him anymore because of the decisions he's making, and the way in which he and Felicity Jones, what's her character's name in
Jyn
Erso. The way that they interact does not scream to me that Cassian and Bix like recently broke up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I do think that I wouldn't be surprised if Bix isn't in the final 3 episodes of this season.
Oh yeah.
And so I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to handle this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect her to do drugs at the end of this. If they're drugs.
Maybe it was a supplement. It's
yeah,
melatonin.
We'll find out when we watch the next episode, I'm assuming. The show's so fascinating because it is really entwining every character's plotline so well.
Mm-hmm.
Except maybe Saw's, but I'm assuming that will get brought into the main stuff soon. You know what I mean? That does feel a little bit separate. But everyone else, which is why I think they saved it for the end of the episode, like everyone else is being dragged into this collision course in a way that it feels so inevitable, but also like the happenstance of it's crazy. And I just think it's...
Well, everything is coming down to Gorman, but not everybody knows why.
Well, and so few people know why. I'm not even sure Syril really understands what the fuck's going on there.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that is going to be the downfall for Syril and Deidre's relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Is the way in which he's going to look at it as, wait, this was a lie. You lied to me.
Maybe. Yeah.
And like and I think that she's gonna feel justified in lying to him, and she's gonna be like, that's my job, and like you need to understand that. But I don't know. There was something about the way that he said that he understood the military base over the memorial thing, that it felt like one of the few truly genuine moments we've had from Syril outside of his fervor for catching Cassian, which always feels genuine, right? Everything else does feel like he's very tactical and like he's playing the Imperial game. But that was one of the few moments where I don't know, there's a part of me that...
My guess is that he has sympathy, like he does find some true sympathy for the Gormans, but then Andor shows up, he sees him, he recognizes his face, and he thinks that Gorman, Andor is working with them, working for them, and solidifies his allegiance with the Empire.
Because any thought he has that the resistance here might be somewhat in the right will go out the window as soon as it's Cassian.
Yes.
That's a really interesting point. Deidre's plan here is great.
Yeah.
She's being portrayed as so smart in a way that, like, she feels like an actually smart character.
Yeah.
Because the show is never telling me that she's smart.
Mm-hmm.
It is telling me... It is showing actions. I think that Tony Gilroy's... One of the things he's done so well in these first 4 episodes of the season, and, you know, in our rewatch of Andor Season 1, is portray characters' intelligences through the way other characters react to how they talk and what they come up with.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than having characters... There's very little modern writing in the show where... there's a lot of modern writing where people will be like, I can't wait for you to meet this guy. They're fucking brilliant, right? And it is a cheap way to get the audience to understand your characters very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There's none of that in this.
Mm-hmm.
There's very little highly exposition-y dialogue in the show that isn't straight up called out as propaganda or
like meeting briefs, kind of. Like, I think with Gorman, it was like a little bit exposition-y because everyone at the table didn't know what was going on.
But that was
they laid it out.
explicitly propaganda, right? Like that, and that was the explanation. That explanation was an in-world explanation from characters to other characters who have a knowledge deficiency, right? There's an imbalance. There's a lot of shows now where people just say things out loud that everyone in the scene knows.
Yeah, and it's for the audience.
And this show doesn't do that ever, and I really appreciate it. It is so noticeable to me that this show does not have characters just saying facts, which I do feel like we kind of have an epidemic of in modern television. And I've honestly become numb to it. I don't even comment on it anymore because it's so prevalent that I'm like, this is just TV now, whatever. I have to enjoy everything else about a show and overlook that. But, you know, there's just shows now where people just straight up just say things that everyone is aware of. And the other characters don't even comment on them because their characters don't have anything to say about it because they just already had that information.
Yeah.
And this show is such a breath of fresh air in that if characters are saying something, there is always a reason. There's always, beyond just, we need to tell the audience how to feel about this, there's always a reason. And, you know, the only times this episode felt very obvious was the conversation between Syril and his mom. And I was like, why does this feel so obvious? Why is this so on the nose?
Yeah.
And it's because it isn't. Because he's literally playing people. Like, it's so brilliantly done. I'm in awe of the show.
Yeah.
I think the performances, I really like all the French revolutionaries.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, that scene, I'm sure Brandon cut most of it because we were just watching it. I don't think we said anything the whole time. But the scene in the French Revolutionary meeting was... I love the editing of it. I love the pacing of it. I love the language. I think that the sinister way in which they're portraying fascism take over this planet is just so obvious, but like not, and it's complex in a way that we knew the show was going to be, right? I think we all knew season 2 was going to be, but like they're crushing it.
Yeah.
I wonder if people are going to call this slow.
Probably. There wasn't any action in it.
People called episode 1 and 2 slow, and I didn't feel like they were at all. I feel riveted.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is edge of my seat television to me right now.
Yeah. I think when there's no action, people just call things slow. And I think that we just need a different term for it because there's something to be said about an episode that does not have any action, right? That is more intrigue.
Yeah.
But slow is the wrong word. I think it's
not the wrong word. If people find it slow, they're allowed to find it slow. Like, it's not wrong. It's just subjectively we don't feel that way.
I just think we need a better descriptor of it. Because what about it? What makes it slow? The dialogue isn't slow.
Well,
the pace of the story isn't slow. Like, the story is still moving along. And so what exactly is slow in terms of a critique of a show or an episode?
To bounce off what you just said about narrative, though, like I was on board with the idea that those 3 episodes could have been a season of television.
Yeah.
Right? So like I don't think the narrative is not clipping along. We're moving.
Yeah.
We're churning through story.
Yeah, Mon's daughter getting married, that could have been a whole season. Like, from the engagement till the marriage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's interesting we didn't hear about Tay.
Oh.
I wonder if it's ever explicitly said that he's dead. Or if the show just is like... Because the show could be like, it's been a year, people don't talk about him anymore. And unless it like comes back to bite Mon in the ass somehow, which I don't think it will... I wonder if the show is just like, the audience knows. We do not need to say this. I think it would be really interesting and a testament to their like faith in the audience just understanding what's going on if it never comes up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, man. Tony Gilroy, you're crushing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely crushing it.
That was great.
Yeah, really, really enjoy the show. God, I cannot wait to watch the next two. We're going to do that tomorrow because we're going to go enjoy Tokyo. Yeah. I could talk for an hour about this. We might do like a live soon about the show.
Once the season's over.
I kind of want to do a live before the final episodes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Monday night before the final episodes might be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see how busy we are. I might do it just by myself. I might just, we'll see what happens. We'll talk. We'll let you know. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry. We must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is... Bix, man. Fuck.
Yep.
Adria Arjona is crushing it.
Yeah, she's so good.
Crushing it. She could have popped into Hollywood and just been like hot girl role, hot girl role, hot girl role. And she is like making choices to do more interesting characters. She's not leaned on being hot in Hollywood in the way that some other, and I do not fault them. Make your money, get the bag, whatever. Do the rom-coms and stuff. But Adria Arjona is like, I want to do the most interesting roles. And she really has, man. And she's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to follow us on the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
May the force be with you. Bye.
Bye.